So I was reading this email, and this young man emailed me and was like, and I don't want to thank you for emailing asking any cute answer. I want you to really answer this for me. And he was like, Auntie, I need some help. He said he got married at a very young age. Yeah, this might be a little long, y'all, but it shouldn't be that long. Let me blow my nose. He's in the military. He got married at a very young age. I think he said, let me go back and look at that beginning of that email. He got married at 21. His wife was 29. He also said that she got pregnant again, and that's when things started. That's when things weren't adding up. She got pregnant, but the timeline didn't add up to when he was at home and her due date. He did DNA tests on the other kids that they have, and come to find out only one of the kids were his. He got full custody of that child, and she is 8 now. Now, for the last 3 years, he's been dating this other girl. He even brought her a ring, and he was so excited because he had been planning an engagement party for her. But he said everything stopped when one day he was in the attic getting the Halloween stuff down because he said he'd like to put his stuff up September the 1st. I like that. I like that. I like it a lot. He said he overheard his girlfriend on the phone with somebody saying, he's home. We can't talk like that when he's here. Wait till he leave. If not, come over because you know your brother better than I do. He'll get a call from one of his buddies, and as soon as he does, he'll be ready to go. And if you're already here, it won't look suspicious. When she said that, I knew it was only 2 people she could be talking about. My best friend, I'm going to say Pamela, and my sister Catherine. This wouldn't be the first time that one of my siblings has slept with somebody that I've been with. My brother was actually the father of my ex-wife's kids, her last 2 kids. So when it comes to family, I have a very big boundary. I only allow them to know small things about me, but I also make sure to stand up for myself. For so long, I've been a people pleaser, and I just did everything. My mom will always tell me, that's your family. You have to forgive them and move forward. And I told them no more forgiving them and moving forward. I'm no longer doing that. I don't blame him. And then he went on about his mom and his dad and how when him and his ex-wife were going back and forth through stuff, they were telling him that was still his brother and those were his nieces and nephews. They still needed him, blah, 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 blah. He needed to forgive his brother. He was like, no. So, moving forward, he said when he heard the stuff that his girlfriend was saying and he couldn't think clear, he came downstairs. And he was like, oh, who's that you're on the phone with? And she said, oh, that was your sister. She said she was on her way over here so she could cook for you, which I found very suspicious because my sister isn't a good cook at all. Actually, she ended up poisoning us 1 year for Thanksgiving because she decided that she wanted to make all of the sides. That's messed up. Nanny Q, now that I know all of this stuff, I made sure that everybody was over to the house when I decided to bust them out. I had been recording conversations, and I had to make sure that I had receipts, as people would say, because I didn't want people to think that it was just my PTSD and I was going crazy. I hid everything from everybody. The day came for everybody to come to the house. I made sure to cook a very big seafood boil. We had so much fun. We had beer. Everybody was having an amazing time. I told them, let's look at a movie. I put on a movie, and it was actually videos of my sister and my girlfriend going at it. I didn't allow it to get to the nasty part, just them kissing and them doing all of the humping on the couch. I wanted them to know that they had been caught. I also made sure to tell my family that this was be the last time that they will see me, and that I didn't mind them keeping in contact with my daughter, but me and her were moving. In the midst of us having this grand old party, I told them that the house was being put up for sale and it had already been sold, so I was moving out that weekend. After everybody was mad and hollering and screaming, I got my daughter and I got our stuff that had already been packed in my car, and I left. I took my daughter to Disney World so she wouldn't think anything about it as I cried on every ride. My feelings are so hurt to know that people who call themselves my family have done this to me. Am I that asshole if I move forward with my life and I no longer talk to anybody in my family? I'm tired of them making it seem like I'm the bad person when they are doing things to me. Everybody gaslights me and making me feel like I'm a nobody. That man said, the man said, I should have known my family wasn't shit when my mom slept with my dad and both of her brothers. My dad used to sit around when he get drunk and tell us how him and his brothers would run trains on my mom. And my mom would always say, oh, that's the past. Let's move forward. Why do you always bring that up? Let's just say that we had fun back in the day. Nanny Q, I'm telling you all my family business because I want to know, am I the asshole if I decide to take my daughter and move? I have an opportunity to move overseas with her and work with the government. It's a 5-year contract. She won't be able to see anybody, but I think it'll be a great life for her to live. My mom said that I'm being selfish and I need to grow up. Things happen. People fall in love with who they fall in love with. And I need to just find somebody that I can find in love. I need to find somebody that loves just me and not is trying to be with me to find my brother or my sister. I have 3 more siblings, and at this point, I'm like the hell with everybody. To be totally honest, sweetheart, baby, don't let people gaslight you because they got a title in your life. Don't let people make you feel like you're crazy because you're standing up for yourself. Don't allow people to gaslight you. I need you to find the best therapist that money can buy you. You're in the army. You can get you a good therapist. You're going to need a therapist because that's a lot of pain and trauma. Do I think you should move? If that's a good opportunity, yeah, do it. A lot of times moving isn't a sign of weakness and running away. Moving is a sign of, I got to get myself together before I crash out. I would still say allow your child to have communication with her family. But if you feel like it's being too toxic, move forward. We got to stop allowing people to disrespect us because they have a title in our life. I don't care who you are. You're going to respect me, and I'm going to have boundaries. And there ain't going to be no crazy boundaries, but I'm not going to allow you to talk to me any kind of way. I don't allow anybody to yell at me over the phone. I don't even allow anybody to raise their voice over a level 5 in me. I would totally turn my listening ears off and just look at you. And when you say, do you hear me? I didn't, because you start yelling and I'm not a child, so there was no reason for you to get loud. So I just stopped listening to anything that you were saying because you no longer were talking to me. You start talking at me. So I'm sorry that happened, Pumpkin Pie. And he had a beautiful ring, too. He added the ring. I can't remember if I showed it to y'all, but this is a nice ring. I hate that for him, though. Shit, happy October, y'all.